Welcome to the Source One podcast. Consider us your on-the-go source for the latest insights in the procurement, supply management, and strategic sourcing industry. The first step to any cost reduction project is to determine savings opportunities by conducting a spend analysis. For many companies, however, collecting and making sense of spend data can be challenging. In this Intro to Spend Analysis series, Source One Associate Director and Spend Analysis Expert Jennifer Ulrich will walk us through how to conduct a spend analysis. In this second episode of the Spend Analysis series, we're taking a look at the foundational data types to review during a spend analysis, as well as additional factors to consider for developing a larger strategy.
The first step in the strategic sourcing process, or really any cost reduction or procurement project, is to analyze your spend data to determine where you should focus your efforts via spend analysis. Your resources are more than likely limited, making it more difficult to immediately reduce costs across all spend categories. So you need to identify and prioritize areas of opportunity and create a roadmap and timeline for your efforts. For organizations unfamiliar with the process and challenged by decentralized spend, getting external support from a spend consultant may be an ideal case. Firms specializing in spend management can offer spend analysis services along with opportunity assessments that can quicken the cost-saving process and alleviate the burden on your internal procurement teams. Getting started with your spend analysis, you'll begin with data collection. But before digging into the most effective ways to collect data, let's first take a look at the different types of data that you'll need to get started. First up is price. So on the surface, quantity and price seem to be two pieces of raw information you need to get started. But once you start digging, you'll find that there may be some hidden complexity within these data points. For example, a logical first question is, how much does the company buy, total units, and how much does it cost, price per unit? As you explore the answer, the notion of price quickly grows in complexity when you realize that the unit cost is not the only component you need to consider. Other factors come into play as well. Are there quantity price breaks? Is freight included? And are there additional charges? What are the payment terms? And is there a discount for early payment? Sometimes net cost per unit is not the only way to evaluate price. Consider a project that includes a basket of items, some purchased regularly and others rather infrequently, such as office supplies. In this scenario, high-volume items might be identified as having a fixed unit price. But what about items for which a fixed price wasn't negotiated? It's not likely that you will have negotiated a fixed per unit price for everything in a supplier's catalog. Still, controlling the cost of the less frequent purchases is also very important. For these items, you'll have a discount structure based on a list price. For instance, pens and pencils that are not listed as contract items in an office supplies contract, for example, might receive a 20% discount off of list price. In this example, price is a combination of net costs, list prices, and discounts. Collecting pricing information may appear to be a simple concept, but as you can see, there are many factors that need to be considered to understand the total cost. Next is volume and usage. Usage, or volume, how much you buy of a particular product or service, is the other basic component in the data collection process. In most cases, companies consider the last 12 months of usage to be reflective of future purchases. However, this may not always be the case. If business has shrunk or increased dramatically, volume may have shifted, and those changes should be documented before engaging the RFX process. In some cases, consolidating volumes across locations, if you have multiple sites buying the same products, might make sense. In some cases, the data should be separated. Order size may also make a big difference, so line item level purchases across locations becomes critical. Getting this level of detail out of your own internal systems can be a challenge, if not impossible. Price and usage are the foundation of a spend analysis, but there are many other factors that should be considered as part of the larger strategy development. Understanding existing contractual commitments, contract terms and conditions, quality levels, and a scope of work are also important. Business concerns such as order-to-payment process, shipping and receiving process, and a detailed understanding of the historical relationships with current suppliers should all be reviewed and evaluated. Next, in the Spend Analysis series, we'll explore how to approach data collection, including how to manage the process when you're dealing with decentralized data sets.
Thanks for tuning in to the Source One podcast. Remember to visit us online at www.sourceoneinc.com. For more insights from our strategic sourcing and procurement experts, check out our blog at www.strategicsorcerer.com. Want to provide us feedback? Have an idea for another podcast? Let us know by emailing us at prrequest@sourceoneinc.com. Thanks for listening.